Kenopanishad is one of the most profound and important texts in all of Sanatan Dharma. It is part of the Samved and is written as a collection of poems that discuss how to understand Brahman. The text emphasizes that Brahman is the source of all the forces of nature. It is also the source of all our sensory perceptions, our thoughts, and even the life force within us. The Upanishad is in the form of an engaging dialogue between Guru and Shishya. It begins with the Shishya asking his Guru about the source of everything. The very first word of the Upanishad is Ken, the Sanskrit word for who. This is where the Upanishad gets its name from. The Guru explains how Brahman is the root of everything. Let me now present the Upanishad to you. The evening prayers were over, and it was time for questions. The Guru sat calmly as his young students asked their questions. One of the students asked, "Who directs our mind to think? By whose wish does our life come into being? Who prompts the words that we speak? Who directs our eyes and ears to see and hear things? Please tell me the answer to this, sir." These questions were indeed formidable, but the Guru was calm. He replied, "It is the ear of the ear, the mind of the mind, the tongue of the tongue, the life of the life, and the eye of the eye." He added, having realized the answer to this question and renounced all those answers that are wrong, the wise can leave this cycle of birth and death behind and become immortal. He continued, "Our eyes do not understand the answer to this question, nor our speech, nor even the mind. We do not know the answer to it. We do not even know how to instruct others about it. The answer you seek is different from both the known and the unknown. We have come to know the answer from those who have perceived that knowledge before us and have taught it to us. There is no other way to know the answer except by gaining the knowledge from one who has perceived the truth." After a pause, he explained further, "What speech cannot illuminate, but that which can enlighten speech, know that alone to be Brahman, not this which people here worship." Next, he said, "What one cannot think with the mind, but that by which the mind knows to think, know that alone to be Brahman, not this which people here worship." Again, he said, "What cannot be seen by the eye, but by which the eyes are able to see, know that alone to be Brahman, not this which people here worship." He went on to add, "What cannot be heard with the ear, but that by which the ears are able to hear, know that alone to be Brahman, not this which people here worship." And lastly, he said, "What none can breathe, but that because of which we breathe, know that alone to be Brahman, not this which people here worship." Having said this, the Guru warned students against the conceit of thinking that they know Brahman. After all, it is said that Atman is Brahman, and everyone thinks they know their Atman or self. To address this, he says, "If you think you understand Brahman, then whatever you think you know is most likely incorrect." Further, he modestly confesses, "I do not think I know it well either. But at the same time, I know that I know Brahman." He explained this paradox by saying, "Those who can perceive Brahman will understand what I mean by this." He makes the point that those who are conceited enough to think they understand Brahman will never know it. Instead, those who believe that Brahman cannot be known are the real knowers. He further explains that Brahman is known well when it is known as the witness of every state of our consciousness. This is the right knowledge that helps to attain immortality. Knowing this is knowing the truth, not knowing it leads to misery and sorrow. Wise people see that there is only one Atman in all things created. Knowing this, they turn away from the material world and achieve immortality. He then tells a story. Once, the Devas won a great battle. The battle, of course, was won by Brahman. But the Devas, in their conceit, thought it was their victory instead. Knowing their thoughts, Brahman appeared before them as a great spirit, but they did not recognize it. They asked Agni, the god of fire, to find out who this spirit was. He ran towards the spirit, but upon reaching, was overawed by its presence. The great spirit asked, "Who are you and what powers do you have?" Agni replied that he was the god of fire and said, "I can burn everything on this earth." The great spirit placed a straw before him and said, "Burn this." Agni tried with his full might but was not able to burn the straw even a little bit. Having failed, he returned to the Devas. Next, they asked Vayu to go and find out who it was. The spirit asked Vayu the same question. Vayu replied that he was the god of wind and could blow away everything in the universe. The great spirit placed a straw before him and asked him to blow it away. Tried as he might, Vayu could not move the straw even an inch. He too returned to the Devas. Finally, they asked Indra to find out who it was. Indra too ran towards the great spirit, but when he reached, he found a very beautiful woman named Uma instead. When he asked her who the great spirit was, she said, "Attain glory in the victory of Brahman." From her words, Indra finally understood that he had seen Brahman itself. Thus, it is said that Agni, Vayu, and Indra are the most powerful among the Devas, since they were the ones who stood closest to Brahman. Indra is the most powerful because he was the first to realize Brahman. Having narrated the story of the glory of Brahman, the Guru summarized his teachings to the young students. He said, Brahman appeared like a flash to the Devas, like the instant closing and opening of the eye. In the same way, we see flashes of the Atman within us. Brahman should be understood as the one blissful Atman of all beings. In Sanskrit, he called it Tadvanam. The Shishya then asked if this was the secret of Brahman. The Guru confirmed that this indeed was the only secret of Brahman that needed to be told. He added that the means to realize Brahman are fourfold. These four are Tap or contemplation, Dhamma or control of the senses, Karma or the Vedic rituals, and lastly, the Vedas and their associated teachings. He concluded that truth is the abode of Brahman. He who knows this will leave behind all his sins and will be firmly seated in the endless, blissful, and highest Brahman. I hope that you too have enjoyed listening to the conversation between the Guru and his Shishya and have come to a better understanding of Brahman from it. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel to help me create more videos like this. Thank you for watching.